And you notice if we type any of these wrong, if I cannot parse it into an integer or a Boolean or a double or an int across here, I throw an error. So if I go ahead and run this, I go ahead and hit a 1 here, and I type in a number, which is a string. I can put whatever I want in there. But as soon as I try to put a string into it, I get some various exceptions here. So we want to handle that a little cleaner. We don't want to just throw this big junk there. So we're going to go ahead and make a try statement, and we're going to wrap all of these pieces in here. So if we can get valid information, then we can go ahead and make that new room at the bottom here. So we're just going to do a blanket one here, and we're going to catch all the exceptions that potentially could appear in any of these commands. And we're going to print out a various message saying bad input, try again. Keep it simple. And then we're going to send them right back up to add guest room. So we're going to send them to add guest room. We're going to repeat this particular class. So with that being said, now we can go ahead and do indent all that stuff. And notice we have a problem here. What's going on? If I try to add stuff to the room cannot resolve to local variable, capacity bookable. All of these items are created inside of a curlicue, a brace, which means the scope of these are inside the try only. So I have a couple different ways I can do this. I can move this into the place where the scope exists, or I could declare all these variables outside the try and keep the add down at the bottom. Well, really, if we don't get to the part down here at the very end here, then I'm not going to be able to add it anyway. So we might as well just put the try to add inside the try catch statement. So in this case, if I get all the way down here, if I throw an error, I'm going to send it right back up there, and I won't have created the guest room. So I'm going to do the same thing now for my conference room. And go ahead and put that try there, and it's the same errors we potentially could have. I'm not catching any specific errors in there, which is not always the best way to do it, but it gets us to what we need to do. Go ahead and do our indents for the various pieces there. Go ahead and separate that part out. And now if we go ahead and run this, and I try to create a guest room, a room number, I'll say 101, and then room capacity is 0. Notice it says bad input, try again. So I can put in my room number 101, room capacity is 3, is bookable is true, room rate is, put some letters in there, try again. Now the bad part is I have to start all the way over from scratch. I still got to put the 101 in, I got to put the 3 in, got to put the true in, room rate is $59.99, bed count, and if I put a string in there, I'm going to lose everything, but everything's good. So I now have handled some of the errors with inside the inputs. So I've got the guest room add and I got the conference room add all set. Next one, we'll go ahead and show how to list these particular things out. Thank you.